Hello everyone. Hello, it's Naomi. Thank you for joining me this evening. Thank you for joining me. Hello everyone. Hello, hope you all had a good day. We'll wait for some more friends to join us. I'm so glad you're here with me this evening for another interview on Kid Author Connect. We're going to have a good time tonight. We'll wait for some other friends. Hello, everyone. Hi, Billy Be Kind. Hello. Hello, McKenna and Sankofa. Storytime with Jax, I see you there too. We'll just wait for a few more people to join us. I am Naomi with Naomi Books LLC. I am the author of the children's book, Johari The Great. It is about a boy, his imagination, and a freshly sharpened pencil. You can find it on Amazon or on my website, naomibooks.com. While we're talking about my book, I did want to give a shout out to someone who did a fantastic job on that wall decal behind me. They actually took the back cover from my book and made a wall decal. The book is Johari The Great. I will provide their link in the information. I'm so sorry. The wall decal was done by Tiny Tots and Tykes. Tiny Tots and Tykes. And I'll give the information so that you can check them out. They did a great job. It's about 2 feet high and they'll make it as big as you like it. But I thought that was really cool, and I like having it behind me as I'm on the camera. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Since I am a children's book author, I have met some wonderful people in the children's book community, especially on Instagram. And I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to not only introduce myself to you, but to introduce you to some of the authors that are out there writing fantastic children's books. So we do things a little differently, as some of you might already know. The questions that I ask are sent in by the viewers, and we have some really good questions this week. So they're in a bag. I will pick them randomly and ask our author to answer. So it gives us a chance to get to know them in a more personal way, because we do just chat a little bit before we chat about the book. And it's nice to know that we're finding out the information that you want to know. So tonight, we are going to be talking to Jacqueline Cran. She's also known on Instagram as Storytime with Jax, because she does a read aloud series of children's books. And it's very, very good. I've been following her for a while. So we're going to ask her to join us, and then we will get started with the interview. If you have any questions, if you're joining us, you can type the questions and I'll try to check back. I'm working with one hand here, and it's my left hand. Not good with the left hand, so hopefully I don't do anything wrong and disconnect us or drop anything. Just bear with me. So Jacqueline is going to join us in just a moment. I hope you all had a good day. I hope you had a good week. I hope something positive is happening for you. I hope that whatever project you're working on is going smoothly and going well. And I just wish you all stay encouraged, be encouraged, and keep reaching for progress. Okay, so she is going to join us. And she'll be coming right on.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine.
Good.
I'm so excited to do our interview. I've been really looking forward to this.
Yes, me too.
Good. So go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Let me turn this up a second. Hold on. Let me turn this up so I can hear you.
Okay.
That's better.
Okay. Introduce yourself to everyone and make sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Yep. So my name is Jacqueline Cran, and I'm the author of Answers to Xavier. How Did You Get Here, Mommy? This is my book.
Yes. Answers for Xavier. How did I get here, Mommy?
Yes.
Good. Well, we are going to talk about your book, and not only are you a children's book author, but you also host a storytime read aloud series on Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's called Storytime with Jax. And why don't you tell everybody when they can tune in?
Oh, I'm on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Well, you know, I've been following along and I've been enjoying it. I really enjoy how you read the books.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job with it, and it is fun. So I do hope people do tune in with their children. You're doing a great job with that.
Thank you.
Okay, so I don't want you to be nervous. You told me you were a little hoping that the viewers don't go too hard on you, right?
Yes.
It's fine.
Nervous.
No, don't be nervous. They sent in some very good questions.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And I got a lot of good comments about people being excited that you were coming on to do the interview. So I think we're going to have a good time.
Great. Thank you.
Good. So the way we start is we just kind of chat a little bit and get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah. So you do have children, right?
Yes, I have 2 boys, Malik and Morgan.
Okay. And this book was inspired by which son?
My oldest son.
Your oldest son.
Yeah, his middle name is Xavier.
Xavier. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I remembered. I remember you told me that. Yes. Okay. Good. So when you're with your sons, what is your favorite thing to do? What are some activities you like to do with your children?
Oh, we love board games. We love board games. We're big on the board games. We love to play Monopoly Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But also we also like skating.
Ice skating or roller skating?
Roller skating.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we do roller skating.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Our family's big on board games too. My sisters and I, we grew up on board games.
Yeah.
I had my children. We continued to play board games. And even today, I'm really looking forward to COVID being over so that we can get back to having family night, you know.
Yeah, I know. We do it. My youngest son, he made it his duty to every Friday we have family night. We play board games. Yeah, he loves it.
You know, when you grow up like that and you're used to having that family time connection.
Exactly.
Because our youngest son is in his 30s, but he lives nearby and he still looks forward to, are we having family night? You know, so we've missed it.
Nice. Oh,
we've missed it. So we have that in common.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us where you live.
I live in Brooklyn, New York.
But
yes.
You don't have a Brooklyn accent, so
no, I don't. No, I don't. I actually was born and raised in Sheffield, England.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you lived in Brooklyn?
I have lived in Brooklyn. It has to be about, about 15 years or so.
15 years? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm from New York. I'm not from Brooklyn, but I'm a New York girl.
Oh, you from New York? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. What part?
It's in Orange County. I don't know if you've ever heard.
I've heard of Orange County.
Yeah, so I'm from Middletown, New York, actually.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Nice, very nice.
Yes.
So tell us, Jacqueline, what is it that you like to do in your spare time when you have free time, just you? What are some things that you like to do?
You know, a lot of people don't know this, but I write poetry. So, yeah, so I, sometimes in my spare time, I'll just like write a little bit of poetry, just chill out. I love to watch my shows.
Okay.
Shows, yeah.
What are your shows?
Okay, so I love This Is Us.
Oh, me too. Oh, me too. That is my show.
That's my show. I love it.
It's so touching, isn't it?
I love
Randall. He is the best.
Yes. So I watch This Is Us, and sometimes my son gets me to watch All American with him. My oldest son, he loves that.
I don't know that one.
It's good. It's good. Okay. Yeah.
Let me go back to your poetry. I find that so interesting. So what kind of poetry do you write?
All kinds.
Really?
I actually, I'm a bit embarrassed about it, but I actually published a poetry book years ago. It's not that great, but you know, but yeah, I do all kinds of poetry about life, about you know, children, family, trees, flowers, nature.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
So that's your outlet. That's your one of your emotional outlets.
yeah, I love that.
That's
That's
beautiful.
that's something I do. Like, you know, when I've got a little free time and I'm just chilling, I just, you know, I have a little notebook next to my my bed, and I have a pen, and I just
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
yeah.
I love poetry. Do
Yeah.
you think that maybe you'll publish another poetry book?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's definitely not out of the picture, you know. You know, at the moment, yeah, my focus is children's books, but yeah, you know, I think that maybe in, you know, in the future I'll do something.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really good. I have found with poetry that it's something that's so deep. Well, with most writers anyway, but poetry especially, it's something that you never go away from. It seems.
No, no,
You know,
you never.
you'll do other things.
Once I started writing it, then that was it.
You always come back to
Yeah.
poetry. Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
I have found that from speaking to other people that write poetry, and
Yeah.
I used to write poetry, not very seriously.
Oh,
but
you did?
yeah, I did, and my poetry was very depressing. So
Oh, okay.
I was really just getting my
It was.
feelings
I
out.
guess it was a certain time in your life.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because
Exactly.
I have a few like that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I do like it, and I have found from speaking to other people that write poetry that you never quite get away from it. So maybe we'll have that to look forward to one day.
Yeah, maybe some.
Very nice, very nice. Well, I want to show everyone your book,
Yes.
Answers for Xavier. Okay, and so why don't you give us a quick summary about your book?
Okay, so Answers for Xavier was inspired by my oldest son, Malik, who at the time was like 3 years old. So this book is, you know, a good 10, 12 years old. So, you know, but I just started to, you know, bring it out and get to light. So it was inspired through him because when he was little, he was a crier. He used to cry a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, he used to cry a lot. And I would take him out all the time, and he would ask me a lot of questions. All the time he would ask a lot of questions. And so I thought it would be fun to do a book about our conversations, some of our conversations. So that is exactly what inspired me to write Answers for Xavier.
okay, because he does ask you an important question.
Yes. Where babies came from.
Yes.
Yeah, so I, you know, I answered him in a fun way, you know, and macaroni and cheese was his favorite. So, you know, I put that on. It's quite quirky. You kind of have to have a good sense of humor.
It's a little funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was your inspiration.
So he was my inspiration, yeah.
And so how did he respond to it?
Oh, about the book?
Yeah.
He loved it.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah, he thinks it's fun. Yeah.
Because he's much older now.
He's older now, but he still likes it. He thinks it's fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is really great. Okay, great. So I want to ask you about writing the children's book. Of course, we know you've already written poetry, so you've been a writer for some time now, right?
Yes.
So as far as children's books are concerned, was this a long-held dream of yours or something that is a recent desire?
No, it wasn't. Like, you know, it's so weird how I just came into it. Like, when I was writing the poetry, I did a few, like, you know, poems in regards to children. And I don't know, one day I was just like, that'd probably be cool to do like a children's book, you know, like, and that's what kind of made me get onto that page of, oh, maybe a children's book. Like, because I did, you know, like I said, I did the poetry book.
Right.
And I was like, oh, maybe, you know, a children's book. And then I could do it on like me and Malik's adventures together and stuff like that. And that's how I came on it. But it wasn't something that I had planned on before, not at all.
Wow.
So,
Wow. And I've heard that before from some of the other authors. It's
yeah,
something
it
that
wasn't
really just dropped in front of them.
No, yeah, it really did. It really did. Yeah.
And what about story time with Jax? How did that come about?
Oh, Storytime with Jax. It's okay. So originally, Storytime with Jax was after being in quarantine, and everybody was just like anxious and being home, and I was like, oh, you know what, would be cool to do like something on Instagram with my book. Maybe I will read my book and I do different stories on Instagram. So what I did was I think it was like the first couple of weeks, I read my book, and then I did the second couple, the first week I read my book, then the couple of weeks after that, I did my own stories.
You made up a story?
Stories. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
in the week, I would just write stories, and my younger son, who's an artist, he would illustrate the pictures, and I would like read, and then I would show the pictures of his illustrations and stuff.
Oh, that is so nice.
Yeah, and I did that for a couple of weeks, and it was fun. But it was very time consuming also, but it was very fun. But I thought it would be cool, like, because of like the feedback I was getting quite good feedback on, the stories and stuff. I was like, it'd be really cool to like read other author stories and, see how that is. And, I said, oh, maybe I'll try it. And then I did. And, what I thought would be a cool idea would be to do like after video of the author talking about what inspired
about the
them.
book. Yeah.
About to write the book, and what it was like writing the book and all that, and just basically letting everyone know where they can purchase the book from, and then shine some light on them, as well as myself, and also the children love it.
Yeah, they win. The children win.
All these great books. I thought it would be a great idea, and so far so good. It seems to be going pretty well.
Yeah, I like viewing it. I don't have any little children at home, but I like tuning in.
Yeah.
And like you, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this show or interview, because it's a good way to highlight other children's book authors that are out there with really fantastic books, but
Great books.
a self-published author doesn't have the marketing and the exposure that one would have from a larger publishing company.
Exactly.
So when we all team together, to help each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it really does.
Exactly. We can showcase each other.
Exactly.
And we all win that way, in my opinion.
That's how I see it. And I think what really made me like get excited about doing it was I have a friend whose son, he's only 12 years old, and he wrote a book, and he lives with autism. And when he made his video and was like basically explaining how it was and how inspired he was to write his book, it just warmed my heart.
Oh.
And I was like, I have to keep doing this. It just warmed my heart.
Yeah.
And
I can understand that, because when you get to know a little bit about the person behind the book, it really makes you feel a little more connected to the book.
Exactly.
And, encourages you to actually, support the person.
Exactly. And it's only 12 years old, it warmed my heart. It really,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
that's really good. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this interview platform a little bit differently,
Yes.
more than just a marketing tool. I wanted to, to really get to know the author and to really introduce you and the authors to the viewers.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of books out there. So we have a lot of competition.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there is, and we all believe in our message. But I felt like if we could get to share a little bit of ourselves, of who we are, and why we wrote the book, and what our message is, that would be a better way to connect with parents or grandparents or children overall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I actually went to a barbecue on Saturday, and it was a group of friends, and one of my friends said to me, "I just love your story time with Jax." And I said, "You watch it?" And she said, "Yes, I do.
See?
My daughter." And it made me so happy to hear that. Yeah.
That's very nice.
I was so excited. Yeah.
That is very nice.
I'm
So,
glad that we're tuning in,
Yeah. It makes you feel like you're making that connection.
It does.
And that's what I want, with this platform. That's what I want.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Well, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, before I get to the part where I get to share my favorite part of your book,
yes,
why don't you share 2 things that you would like children to remember from your book?
Okay, so I would say I want children to know it's okay to ask questions. It's fine to ask questions, because I think a lot of the times children sometimes are scared sometimes to ask questions. Maybe think a question silly. Doesn't matter what it is, ask that question.
Yes.
Because that's how they learn.
That's how you learn.
That's how you learn, by asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the main things I would think I would like a child to take away from reading my book. And also just be yourself and be fun. Be yourself.
Yeah, I can see that. That's what I felt when I first read it. It was just a fun story, and it's very quick.
It's very fast.
Yes, it is. It's over quickly, but it's just fun. It's a happy story. It's just a fun story.
You smile. Yeah.
It makes you smile. Well, good. So I want to let me see. I want to show everybody the book again. I'm working with this one hand here, and I'm trying my best
I know
not to drop anything. But here is the book, and I just want to, before I read, share these illustrations because they're quite different. It's a different, almost a hand drawn.
They are hand drawn.
Yeah, they almost look like someone took time and literally colored.
Yeah, they basically
are. It's very, very interesting. So I'm going to say I have my part already marked that I want to share with everyone.
Okay.
But now we're going to get to the part where I ask you the questions.
Oh.
Okay? And for those of you who are joining us, if you have any questions, you can type them in, and I'll try my best to go back and check. I'm just looking here to make sure that we don't have any questions. Oh, someone says we're doing a good job, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
for that. So I really like the questions this week.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick my first one. Oh, you answered this actually. It says, what inspired you to do story time with Jax?
Yes, that was.
I kind of gave a little sneak peek of that one. So.
Yes, okay.
Okay, this one is, was financing your book an obstacle for you? And do you have any advice for new authors on this topic about financing? Was it an obstacle? And do you have any advice to help a new author about that?
Well, publishing a book, it is hard. Like basically I did it pretty much by myself. Then I got Author House, was the publisher what I have to,
Author House.
yes, what
Okay.
I have. And they was the ones what helped me put it on Amazon, you know. But if I had any advice for you, I would try and do it by yourself and try and self-publish.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing with my next book.
Okay.
That I would do that is I would do with self-publishing.
Say self-publishing and maintaining control of everything.
And maintaining the control, full control of your
Is that the main reason why you say that about the control?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because I've heard other authors say that too.
Yes.
So I was just wondering, yeah. So
Yeah.
you maintain full control and obviously
Full
full
control.
profit.
Yeah, and the profit, what you make from your book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've self-published,
Yeah.
right? But I actually used a indie publisher as far as printing the book, and they provided consulting services for me. So I really was blessed. I feel very blessed. But I have full control of the book.
See, that's good.
Yes, I have full control of the book and the illustrations. It is not cheap.
No, it's not.
So the person who's asking the question, I'm just saying, you know, it's not cheap.
Not cheap.
Right. So I would add to what you're saying, and I would definitely recommend self-publishing.
Yeah.
But have a plan.
Yes, definitely have a plan, because it's not. Yeah. You gotta know that you really want to do it. You really want to do it, because it is quite pricey.
Yes, it is. And it's not, I wonder if you'll agree, it's not something that is even, it's, you know how everyone has a side hustle, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has their little side thing they do.
Yes.
This is not a side hustle.
It's not. It's a full-time job.
It is.
It is a full-time job.
It is. So
yes,
therefore, have a plan. And like you said,
have a plan on what you are going to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like you said, make sure you really want to do this, because you have to give it your all.
You really do. You really
Especially if you're doing it for children. If we're children's book authors, so we're a little bit different than a regular author.
Yes, exactly.
You know, we have that heart and that message for a child. So you can't do it halfway. I mean, you just have to be all in.
Got to be all in or nothing.
Yeah. So that's good advice. And no, it's not cheap.
It is not cheap.
Especially if you want to produce a quality product.
Yes, especially if you want it to look good. That's what I was about to say, because that is very important.
Yes.
It's very important to me, because I mean, that's what the first thing people see is
absolutely
how
absolutely. And so for this person, I would also say, you know, as you're saying, people are going to look at the book before they read it.
Exactly. And if it looks good, they're going to give it a try. But if it doesn't,
no, they're not. And then they're going to pick the book up, feel it. So the quality of the paper, the quality of the cover, is it a glossy cover? Is it flat? You know, all of those things really matter.
It matters.
Right? And the person who's looking at the book, they don't know the cost of any of that.
No.
They just know, you know, does this book look like a quality book?
Yes, it's so true.
So those are the reasons why, you know.
That was a good question.
Wasn't it? It really was. It really was. So that was good. So I hope someone got some help from that. Okay, let's see what's next.
Yes.
That was about story time. What is your favorite bit about doing story time with Jax? What is your favorite bit about doing story times with Jax?
My favorite bit about doing story times? Well, I kind of explained a little bit about the message at the end from the author.
For the author, okay.
With the authors, that is absolutely my favorite. But I do love when I come on and get excited. So the kids.
I know that's my favorite part when you do hello everybody.
I do, and everyone always tells me you look so excited, and I'm like, because I know. I really
You
do get
do. You look so
excited.
excited and you're waving and you're like, are
Yeah,
you ready? Let's
I
get
do. 'Cause
ready.
I can just picture all the children just, going, oh, she's here,
Yeah.
and waiting for the book, to see which
Yeah.
book it is this week. So yes, those
That's good.
two things are my absolute favorites of
Okay.
Tammy Jacks.
That's good. Good, good, good.
Yes.
Okay. What is one important thing that you've learned since becoming an author? And they put writing, editing, publishing, marketing, whatever. What is one important thing you've learned since becoming an author?
One thing. Well, pretty much what we was talking about is that you have to be very, very, very focused on selling your book and publishing, like having it out there. You've got to really focus on that. That was a very important thing for me because honestly, I didn't realize how hard it would be. You have a book, and hold on one second. Did I log up? Okay.
No, we're here. We're here.
Okay, I thought I logged up. Yeah. So, I had no clue when I first wrote my book. I had no clue how hard it was going to be, and
To market.
The market. Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too. I had no idea.
No clue.
And no experience.
And no experience. So
now I think now I think I've got it a little bit.
Yeah.
Some of it.
That was hard. I mean, I remember even like trying to get, people to buy your book and stuff like that. That's hard too. I don't know why my phone keeps going dark. It's weird.
We can see you though.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
You can see me. Yeah.
So what would you say would be the one thing that you learned about marketing?
That you kind of have to like socialize with whoever you're trying to get to buy your book. Conversate with the person. I mean, I know for me, like people on Instagram who have bought my book, it's been through me like having, DMing them, and having a good conversation through DM, and just pretty much getting to know each other, and then I either bought their book or they bought my book, that kind of thing.
So that's like building relationships.
Building up a relationship, yeah.
I mean, and like you and I, we met because we're a part of author sisters.
Yes.
Sister authors.
Yes.
And that has been wonderful for me because we support each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And
we
so
have
we're
our group. We help each other out.
Exactly. So that support is good, and we've made connections and relationships. Because for me, it seems, I don't want to sound dramatic here, but it's more than the book, It's the writing community. It's the author community.
It is.
I've met some wonderful people, and the books are fantastic. And I don't think that I would have ever known about their books had I not been on Instagram.
Well,
make that connection.
Well, that was for me too. And my first person I connected very well with was Billy Be Kind, and
She's great.
Oh yeah, she's amazing, and she would be like my little inspiration. We would inspire each other. We would talk to each other and say, have you met anyone? Has anybody bought your books? We would talk amongst each other. So she was one of my really good
connection.
Good connection through this whole process. Yeah.
Right. And I think it's important to on Instagram to understand that that it is a community. There is a writing community.
Yes.
And there's a children's book community. And you should be a part of it. Or, I mean, you could go it alone, fine. you know, but there's so much to learn. There is so much to learn. I learn something almost every day. I'm learning something like, oh, I didn't know that. And it's because I was
Yes.
following someone else or had a
No,
conversation with someone else.
so many things I've learned just by someone I followed, and
Yes.
see they post things and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
many different, I'm still learning. I'm
I
still,
mean, yeah, I think we all are. And I think
yeah,
that's why it's important that we support each other, promote each other, help each other.
exactly.
I've seen some new author, you know, and you know that you can tell they're new, you know, and they're with a new book. And I've purchased the book just because I want to support them. I want to encourage them. You know, they're just trying to get some followers and, you know,
Yeah.
I just think we should do that, you know,
Help them out.
because yeah, we're all doing this for children.
Yeah, because I remember when I only had like, 10 followers, you know, so you remember
You and
that.
your book, right, with 10 followers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So I really think that, you know, by doing these types of things, it helps the whole community,
It really
you
does.
know, and to encourage with the questions, you know, people asking questions and getting answers, encouraging people who are coming up behind us. Now
Yeah.
that we've made our stumbles and we've learned some
Yeah.
things from our mistakes, you know, we should share.
Yeah,
We should.
exactly. Share information.
Right, right. Okay, I'm going to ask you another question.
Yeah.
Oh, this one says, what stumbling blocks did you face in becoming an author? What stumbling block did you face in becoming an author?
Let me see. Well, I would say, well, right now I'm at a little bit of a stumbling block because I'm trying to publish my second book.
Second book.
So I'm having a little bit of a hard time trying to, like, the program, what they have on Amazon and my computer is just, it's not connecting that great. So I'm
Okay.
having a little bit of a problem with that. So that was one of the stumbling blocks. I would say that's been a stumbling block for me with trying to get that out there, you know.
With are you talking about Amazon's platform for the ebooks?
Yes.
Because they switched, they recently updated, and so now it has to be in Mobi. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's like a different, and I'm still trying to figure it out to get my book on there, because my book is pretty much done, but it's just,
Okay, so we have a new book to look forward to that quick?
Yes.
Okay, so is it going to be out in an ebook first and then
I'm going to do both.
You're going to do both?
I'm going to try and do both.
Okay, so within the next month or so, we should see.
I'm hoping it's.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Okay, so for this person, your stumbling block has been the
just getting my second
compatibility with Amazon's program.
Yes. Yeah, that was a stumbling block for me, but I think
I had some trouble with that when I updated my book. I will suggest to you and to anyone else to look on Fiverr. As far to get someone, if you need to get your book reformatted for Kindle in the Mobi format, you can get it done on Fiverr pretty inexpensively.
Oh, really? Okay.
It'll save you a lot of time and trouble.
Yeah, because it was stressing me.
Yeah, you can do that on Fiverr.
Still, trying to think. Okay, so
yeah, you can do that on Fiverr. Okay, so I'm going to ask you one more question.
Yes.
Oops. Get it out of the bag. Why did you choose animal characters to represent your family in your book? That's a good question.
That's a very good question. Okay, so the reason why, so at first I was thinking of doing, as regular people. And then I thought, it'd be different if I did, did as maybe me, myself, like animals. And then I was like, maybe bunnies. And the reason why I thought of bunnies was because my first pet when I was a little kid was a bunny. I had a bunny, and I loved that bunny. And when I think we had it about a year, and after the year we had to get rid of it because it was we only had a small apartment and it was just too much.
Aw.
That was a little sad. So I always had a little connection and a little thing for
The
bunnies.
bunnies, yeah.
The
I had one too. I will tell you, I did
I
have one too.
love them, and so I just thought bunny characters would be so cool. And I actually really love the bunny characters.
Okay.
I'm happy how they look. Yeah, and my son also liked bunnies too.
Okay, because the way that your illustrator drew the bunnies is different. It's a different kind of rabbit.
And when you see the second book,
okay, is it a rabbit still?
It's you will see that the bunnies kind of, you know, they kind of like us, but in bunny form, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay, well, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That was a good question, though. That was a really good question.
It was a very good question. Very good question.
That was very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that these answers you guys sent in were these questions.
They were very good
excellent.
questions.
These were good questions. Very good questions. I'm telling you, they're good. They're really good. I asked them to send them in. They'll DM me.
I was a little nervous because I wasn't sure.
These were good, and you did a very good job with the answers too.
Yeah.
Very good job. So this is my favorite part of the interview, when I get to read my favorite minute from your book. So I'm gonna hold it up one more time. While I'm reading, if you want to show the illustration,
yeah, sure,
that would be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna start on. Let me see the page here. The page where he says, "How did I eat while I lived there?"
Okay.
So I'm gonna let everyone know this is the book. And it's Answers for Xavier. The question that he has for his mom is, how did I get here? So mom has explained to him that he was in her tummy. And this is what he wants to know. This is my favorite part. How did I eat while I lived there? Trapped in your tummy. Was there air? Of course, my love, my mommy did say. You ate what mommy ate during your stay. What did you eat, Mommy, when I lived there? I love the illustration. And Mommy says, macaroni and cheese was one of my favorites, my dear. Also, tasty fruit and lots of tea. Macaroni and cheese, yum, yum. You did eat? Can I go back in your tummy, Mommy, please, please? No, my love, what would you want to do that? You're a big boy now, and that's a sure fact. I know I'm big, I said, without dismay. But Mommy, you're having macaroni and cheese for dinner today. I love that. So that's why I thought it was so cute the way it ended. It's just kind of quirky and kind of funny.
Yeah, it is quirky.
And he's like, well, I'll go back in your tummy. We're having macaroni and cheese. So that is my favorite part. And so why don't you tell us a little bit about, well, I picked it because I thought it was very funny and it was just so cute. And we all know as mothers how we have those cravings.
Yes.
You know, and everyone that I know that's had a child has always told their child what the food was that they craved.
What they craved, but yep.
So that's why I thought it was cute, but you can speak on that part.
Yeah, it was fun. And I you know, my son used to ask me questions like that all the time. So that's why I thought it would be fun just to write a story about that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
That he could relate to because he's obviously asked you.
Yeah, like I say to him sometimes, because my son loves grapes. And I said, that's because I ate so much. I would buy like a big bag of grapes every day and just eat the whole bag.
And see, we all have those stories to share with our children. That's why I thought it was just very cute.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cute because you went from him asking how he got here.
Yeah.
And you told him that, and then he's still asking questions.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And like you said, that's fine. That's what children should do.
It's fine to ask questions.
You know, and yeah, we have to be patient with them and answer the questions.
Answer the questions.
So I thought this was really cute and really fun story. And I do love how these rabbits are drawn.
Thank you.
Because her ears look like hair.
That's why I did it, because of, you know, because I have locks. And
Yeah.
so I wanted there to be like that, you know,
It's so different. Look at that. Look
yeah,
at her hair. I
yeah.
love that.
That's why you know, I wanted it doing because, and you'll see even more on the second book where the illustrations like, it's, you know, it's like here, the ears, the curl, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's very, very creative.
Yeah.
Very creative. Now, did you have a hard time finding an illustrator?
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
And did your illustrator, did you have a hard time getting your illustrator to get that part of your vision with the
No,
ears? And
she was
saw?
actually a young girl. She was really young.
Wow.
Yeah, she was at the time like 12, I think.
Wow.
So she was amazing. And she
Wow.
listened. She was a good listener. I told her what I would, you know, what I wanted, and she would amaze me every time. Like I would say, "Oh, could you draw this? Could you draw that?" And she'd be on point.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, she was on.
That is fantastic.
Yeah,
Well, I want everybody to get this book, and this is on Amazon.
Yes.
I got mine from Amazon, and so how else can they get the book? How else can they find out more information about you?
It's on Amazon, and it's also on Barnes and Noble's
.com
.com.
online.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Well, let me check and see if anybody has any questions before we go on. You're just agreeing with pretty much the answers that you were giving.
Yeah.
So now this fun part.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you my final 5 questions.
Okay.
So the first question is, I always ask the authors about their levels of nerdiness.
Oh.
Because I believe everybody's a nerd about something. I've got a few things, but I believe everybody has an issue that they nerd out on. So what are you a nerd about?
Okay. It would have to be on interior decorating.
Really? How interesting.
I love it. I drive my husband crazy because
Changing things?
I want to change things. Yes, I love interior deck. I have actually in my dining room, I have like a wall of famous Black artists who inspire me. And
Wow.
it's one big wall of,
Wow.
yeah. I do very unusual things to my home. I like different things.
You have a different taste.
Yeah, like, yeah. And
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So I'm a little bit nerdy about that because, you know, I go all out. And if I had a house, if I had my own home, it would be worse. Trust me.
You'd have it filled up with all, yeah.
Yes,
You'd probably be changing all the time.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you lend your services to your friends and family, or do other people call in?
Yeah, my friends ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friends ask me, like, ask my advice on things. Like, oh,
that's awesome.
What do you think I should do? Should I do this? Should I do that? Yeah, a lot of times.
Well, that's something nice we would have never known about you.
Yes.
I think that's great. That is great. Okay, so what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, I've got a couple of favorite movies. Love Jones.
Really?
I love Jones.
Really?
I do. I'm a very romantic. I love romantic movies. Mm-hmm. I love More Better Blues.
That's that's a good one too. Yeah.
More Better Blues is one of my.
That's favorites. A love story. Yeah.
That's a great love story. And I also love House Party.
My husband loves that. I think recently, wasn't it on? I think a couple months ago. I love that. Like, what are you watching? Just watching House Party.
House Party. Don't judge, but I love it.
That is so funny.
I love the dancing and everything in it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now is that the 90s? House Party?
The 90s. Yeah, it's
90s?
Like the early 90s, I think.
90s.
Early 90s, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your favorite? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I also like Jumanji too.
Oh, Jumanji. Okay. Yeah. I did like that one. I remember that one. Yeah. The original one though.
Yeah,
right?
the original. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us what your favorite food is.
Oh, my favorite food. Oh my God. I've got quite a few, but my old favorite, I think, would have to be curry. my parents are from the islands. Right?
I remember, I heard you say that in an
So
interview.
it has to be curry.
Curry.
Like curry shrimp and rice. Yes.
Curry, shrimp, and rice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
My sister really enjoys curry.
I love curry.
And I know that authentic curry is different than what we probably have here,
Yes.
authentic to the island. So I can imagine it's delicious.
I love it. Yeah, and I like roti.
Do you cook it?
Oh, I cook curry all the time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I cook.
Good. I'm happy to know these things.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell us what your favorite word is. Favorite word to hear, to say, to spell, to write. What is your favorite word?
I think I use this word a lot. I think I use it all the time in story time. So I have to say amazing.
Amazing.
Yes, because I use it all the time in story time. I always say amazing all the time. I always use that word. So I think it has to be amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So do you write it though, or do you just find yourself saying it?
I say a lot. Amazing.
Yeah.
I think I write it a lot too.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's a popular word today though.
Yes.
Don't you think? I hear people saying that.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. And the last question I have for you is, what is your issue that is I cannot with this? What is the thing that you just cannot deal with?
Something that I couldn't deal with, like what people do, or
whatever it is, there's just something that is it for you. You cannot deal with it.
I can't stand when people eat with their mouth, talk when their mouth. I can't stand to see people.
You mean talk while they're eating?
Talk when their mouth is full. Yeah, and then you can see all the food in their mouth. That I can't stand that.
I'm with you.
That's
I'm with
my
you.
definitely.
I cannot. Right.
I cannot with that. So that's a cannot.
That is very good. I agree. I'm totally with you.
And I hate when people are talking and they spit in. Like, you know, they so much, it's like flying all over the place. So those are my two pet peeves.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Especially during COVID times, right?
Yeah.
No. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yes.
Well, I have enjoyed learning more about you and learning more about your inspiration for your book and then for Storytime with Jax. I hope people tune in. So tell us again when we can tune in to Storytime with Jax.
On Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Mm-hmm. Also, I have now got a YouTube.
Yay!
So you can follow and subscribe.
Nice.
My YouTube is under Jackie Cran. Jacky Cran. CRNN. Yes.
ANN. 2 N's.
Yeah. 2 N's. Yeah. Jackie Cran. Not good. Jackie Chan.
Jackie Cran. That's a good one. That's a good one. I want to hold your book up one more time.
Yes.
Answers for Xavier.
Yes.
Mommy, how did I get here, Mommy?
Mommy. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so I encourage everyone to grab a copy of this book, and I encourage you to tune in to Storytime with Jax.
Thank you.
You are very enjoyable.
Thank you.
I enjoy just listening. I even have it, I take my phone, if I'm in the kitchen or whatever, I just have it playing and listening to you. You're very good reading the stories, and I can just imagine you're reading to children.
My kids, when they were a lot little, you know, they used to, my little one now, I still read with him, and he loves it.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable. So I hope everyone tunes in.
Thank you.
Your handle, I'm going to have your handle here. So if people want to follow you, I do encourage that.
Okay.
And I'll put all of your information there. Do you have a website that you want to share?
No, I don't have a website.
Okay, so we'll just go to Amazon
for
the book and Barnes & Noble.
And Barnes & Noble, yeah.
Okay, do you have any last words? Anything you'd like to say?
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. And please continue to watch Storytime with Jax. It will keep getting better. There'll never be enough of it, okay? So
that's right. Yeah. And let's not forget, we have a new book to look forward to in the next couple of months, right?
Yes.
So and you'll keep us posted on that.
I will definitely keep you posted, so please stay tuned, and I will let you know what's going on with my new book.
Okay. And I will be happy to share. when you're ready.
Yes.
Sure.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm just going to take one quick check to make sure we haven't missed any questions.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So thank you so much, Jacqueline.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was a pleasure. I enjoyed getting to know more about you and talking with you about your book and your story time and your future plans.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you.
so I'll see you on Instagram.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.